My name is Brent Hammond. I'm from Long Beach, California. I work here at the Shoreline Village at the Full Service Real Estate Group. Thinking results has helped me really analyze who I am as a person, and it's really changed the way I live. Your thoughts are super powerful, and your life is defined by the thoughts that you have. So if you're not controlling your thoughts, your life and your habits can kind of just drift off. And thinking in results has taught me to have a deliberate mindset when it comes to thinking, and it becomes mainly because of goals. Thinking in result has taught me to have a mindset in regards to having goals and how to execute the goals. The thing with thinking in results, you look at your goals every day. In fact, you write them down. You change the way you perceive what you want and reprogram your mind to put your goals on the top of the list. Instead of having wishes or desires or something I want to have down the road, you start to put it on the top of your list. Every day you look at it, and this is where I'm going. I think the biggest change for me has been to put the goal in front of you over and over again. Like, you need to change the way you perceive your day, the way you decide to live your life. You can just live your life and let it go. Hey, I'm gonna go on, whatever happens today happens, or you can be deliberate and say, this is what's gonna happen today. I'm gonna be successful in these areas. And you don't even have to be successful in those areas now. The thing about thinking results is you tell yourself what you want, and the subconscious mind will believe it. It doesn't know you if it's right or wrong, if it's true or false, if you're doing it now or you're not doing it now, if it's something you want to do or didn't want to do. It will start to believe it. If you tell yourself you're successful, fill in the blank, and you tell yourself it over and over and over again, and you write it down, you'll become that. If you have to make a decision of where you want to go, what you want to do, and then put that in the front of your mind every day. If you want to be more patient, you'd say, hey, I'm the most patient person that I know. I am more patient now than I've ever been in my entire life. I can't believe how patient I am. I'm so happy and grateful. I'm extremely patient with my kids, with my friends, with the co-workers at my job. When I drive on the freeway, I'm incredibly patient. And even if you're not, you tell yourself you are, because that's what you want, that's what your goal is. And before you know it, you're really patient. And you're like, wow, how did this happen? Before thinking in results, I worked with a brokerage, and my partner did as well. And we spent about $400 in rent to have an office within a bigger brokerage. And we talked about breaking off and doing our own thing, but we were looking for a place, and in my heart of hearts, I always wanted to be near the water. And we looked at places near the water, and they were a lot more expensive. Just thought almost that it was going to be too hard to do. But this is what we really wanted. We wanted to be near the water. We wanted to be around people. We wanted to be around an environment that was fun. And we went down to Shoreline Village, and we looked at the place. And it was a large office overlooking the Queen Mary on one side, downtown Long Beach on the other, water on both sides, boats around. We got Yard House over here. We got a restaurant. We got restaurants all around us. It's just a fun place, but it scared the crap out of me because I had never done anything like this. It scared the tar out of me because it was more money. It's over $2,000 in rent. And I thought, how are we going to do this? How is it going to happen? And it actually scared me. But I knew in my heart I wanted to do it. And the stuff I've been learning with thinking results, if you don't do what you want to do, you're always going to sit there and regret it. You're going to wish you did it. And, there's a thing called the terror barrier. I came up to the terror barrier because I wanted to do something I'd never done before, and it was hard, and it was scary, and I made a decision, we're going to do this no matter what. It was very challenging, but we did it. We spent the time, the money, and fixing the environment, the office. And now we have one of the best offices in Southern California. We're here in Shoreline Village in Long Beach, California, and I would have never believed it. And I don't think we would have ever gotten here if it wasn't for the material of Thinking in Results, giving me the strength and the confidence in myself and pulling all that out of me, like, what do you want? Not about how can you get it, or what's the routine to get it, or just having the desire to do it. The how came later. I wanted to do it, and we figured out, let's do it, and then we figured out later how we were going to do it. How are we going to pay the rent? How are we going to take care of the remodel? How are we going to fix the place? That all came later, but it was having the dream, which I think most of the time since Thinking in Results in the past, you want something. If you don't see the path of how to get there, you kind of just back off and say, well, I don't see how it's going to happen, and so the dream kind of dissolves. With Thinking in Results, you want something, that they teach you not to focus on the how. Don't focus on how you're going to get there. Focus on what you want and let yourself know you're going to get it, and then later the how will end up coming up and showing itself to you. And that's exactly what happened. What I've discovered about myself with Thinking into Results is that I'm in complete control of my emotions. I'm in complete control of my intellect, and my results are a response to how I act in regards to the things that emotionally get me excited. I used to think that I was just a certain way, and to change, you had to really work hard at something. You really had to get into your character. You need to really grind it out. You need to do a lot of hard work. And what I found out, it's not that hard to change. You just have to change what you think about, what you put into your head. I've decided to write a gratitude list every morning. What the gratitude list does, it puts you in a state of abundance. It puts you in a state of gratefulness, happiness, like all these things are coming to you, all these things you have that are great, even if they're small things. I can see different colors. I'm grateful for colors. I'm grateful for the ocean. I'm grateful that I have my health. I'm grateful that I have my fingers. I'm grateful that I can walk. I'm grateful that I have hair. Grateful that I have ears to hear. Just coming in contact and talking about the things that you have has helped me to look beyond myself, to look at what else is great, what else is awesome. And it's helped me, the gratitude has literally caused me to live in a state of abundance instead of what do I don't have. Or I think in the past I would think, what do I not have? Oh, I don't have this, or I'm not good enough there, I don't have enough of that, don't have enough money, I don't have enough skill, I don't have enough wisdom, I don't have enough contacts, I don't have clients, I don't have enough whatever. I don't have enough money, I can't pay the bills, I don't have enough friends to whatever. You can think of all the things you don't have enough of, or you can be grateful for what you have, and then you find out that more and more stuff, you actually have more stuff than you actually think you have. And more stuff starts to come. It's living in abundance, and it's interesting. I mean, the Bible talks about being grateful. Some of the best leaders talk about gratitude as the core of change, of success, of growth, being grateful. And for me, it's really helped out a lot. And so I learned that to be consistent every day through Thinking in Results in regards to my gratitude list. Thinking into Results has given me a lot more empathy in regards to talking with people, because we're all programmed a certain way. I mean, we're all just doing things with what we've been taught, how we've been trained, how we've been raised, how we've been brought up. Our environment typically controls our results and who we are. And so with Thinking in Results, your environment doesn't control you. The people around you don't control you. You actually decide what you want, and you change yourself from the inside out. And so you make a decision of how you're going to act. You make a decision of how you're going to talk, how you're going to listen, how you're going to relate to people. And having this training, I'm able to talk with people and be empathetic, because if they're like saying stuff that's kind of crazy, I'm like, I can get where they're coming from because of their environment, their culture, their background. It's not that they're wrong, they're actually perfect the way they are. They're perfectly responding perfectly from all the things they've been taught, all the relationships that they've had, everything that they've been around, the schooling that they've had, the jobs they've had, all of their peers, friends, and family. They're perfect. And we all are perfect. We're all acting perfect with who we are. But you can actually change your results by changing who you are inside, which I didn't think people really know you can do that. I mean, I think people think it needs to be really hard. There needs to be, you have to go to a doctor, or a psychiatrist for whatever, if you want to change something in your life. You really don't. If you want to have changes, thinking in results is exactly what it is. You actually think things into results. You make a decision what you want. And I think that's the starting point for most people, that it's hard. What do you want? If you ask people what they want, most people don't know. If I ask you today, what do you want? I don't know. I never really thought about it. And I think it's either going to be wealth, it's going to be health, or if you have a certain problem going on in your life, you want to get rid of that, or it has something to do with relationships. It's going to be one of those things. But thinking in results can change and help you get anything that you want. It's very powerful. It's interesting. Thinking in results has helped me to change so much. I was carrying around my goal card and saying to myself, I'm so happy and grateful that I'm in the best shape of my life. And it's interesting, on my phone, I have a picture of a model who's 6'5", and I'm 6'5". I actually put my face on this model, on this body, because if you don't believe that you are that person and you don't change who you believe you think you are, you're not going to change permanently. You might lose some weight because you worked really hard to lose the weight, like you dieted and you worked out and you fought through it and you lost the weight. But if you don't believe that you're a thin person or you're in shape or that you're muscular, you go back to what you believe you are. And your body will start to eat the old things. You'll start to drink what you used to drink. You'll start all those patterns up again unless you change your mental attitude of who you believe you are. You can't go beyond your belief system of who you believe you are. You can't outperform your self-image. Like, your self-image is what it is. And unless you change your self-image, you will never go beyond that. And I think that's probably one of the biggest things I've learned with thinking in results is you can fight and work. I remember doing a half marathon about 4 years with my son, and I worked hard for 6 months and I did the marathon. Well, I eventually just got back to myself and became who I am. I'm not a marathon runner, I'm not a half marathon runner. I worked hard, I did the goal, and then I kind of went back to who I am. Now, if I want to have results where I'm running a half marathon every 6 months or a marathon once a year, I got to change my belief system. My self-image needs to change. So once I change my self-image, then I will become that person. So thinking in results has changed my self-image on my finances and what I believe I can accomplish. I've always had about 5 to 10 rental properties for the last 10 years. And thinking in results, I actually wanted to own 100 rental properties. And in less than a year, I went from 10 properties to 53 properties. So, and I'm on my way to getting to 100. And that's only because I have it on a goal card that I carry around with me all the time, that I'm so happy and grateful that I own 100 homes. Where is my goal card? There it is. Yeah, I'm so happy and grateful. I now own 100 homes. And, when you read that every day and you write it down every day, your subconscious mind believes it as truth. And I think for me, I never knew there was two parts of the mind. There was a conscious and a subconscious. and we run on subconscious mind 90% of the time, 95% of the time. We drive our car, we don't think about it, we do it. If you want to go to In-N-Out and you're going to have In-N-Out that day, you're not sure exactly what street you're going to go to. You're not sure if it's a main street or Seal Beach Boulevard, or if you're going to go down Norwalk. You just know you're going to get In-N-Out, and you go there and you figure it out and go. So the same thing with thinking results. You have a goal, you don't know how you're going to get there. You don't have to worry about that. Just continue. You drive yourself there. Emotionally, you got to connect yourself with the goal.